Hey guys, goggles are out, which means it's going to be an exciting day.
The thing I think I really like about hosting FootFest is that it's just really nice to see loads of people come, have a good time and relax, chill out, pursue their crazy hobbies and swap tech and stories and just kind of do what they want to do and feel kind of chilled. Well, welcome to FootFest. This is our homespun garden paddock maker festival where we invite the hacky racers to come and race around our paddock. Makers bring projects and just come to socialise and hang out. We cook a massive barbecue buffet dinner, then light up the paddock with LEDs at night and generally hang out. It's a bit like some of the maker camps, the kind of big events like Electromagnetic Field, but on a much smaller scale with a few friends from the community.
Do not touch the food before it's filmed. That's the rule. If it's not on Instagram, it didn't count. Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah.
Most of the work is either in organising the catering, which my wife Caroline does all the hard work for, and preparing the racing track, which is in the paddock. You can see here. This year we've gone really big and I've put the longest track in I could possibly fit in the paddock, which was very quick to mow with a ride-on lawnmower, but then took a monumental amount of work to actually clear all the grass clippings off, because otherwise they get completely fouled up in the wheels and the racers are kind of constantly trying to pull grass out of their vehicles.
Oh, well, it started about 2 weeks ago.
Like that smallest food, 2 weeks.
Yeah. We've got marinated chicken bits, Chinese pork, and a couple of quiches. We've got bacon quiche and a goat's cheese and red pepper quiche. Rice, expertly cooked by Robert.
Okay.
Yeah, and then lots of salad, flatbreads, rolls, and then of course barbecued sausages and burgers.
Why, in your eyes, do you firmly believe that the salad dressing is the best?
Because of course it was made by you.
And that's why it's the best.
Because it's using alternator drive in the back, I've got no permanent magnets, so there's a DC motor controller, brush motor controller, and one of the cables has come out, so it was putting full power through the alternator field windings, so it's basically a 250 watt kettle.
In the event of doubt, follow whatever keyboard does.
Hi, this is Bodge Charger 2. Started off with Bodge Charger 1. Some of the components of this are from Bodge Charger 1. And then I built AC/DC, which is behind you there, on all the lessons learnt from Bodge Charger 1. The problem is that one was too close to the ground, so it's great on tarmac and concrete, but on a course like this, it was a nightmare. So Bodge Charger 2 here has got full suspension. The ride height's a bit higher. I've also incorporated 2 motors into the design now. The 2 motors are controlled by an ESP32. So I take the throttle demand from the pedal, take it into the ESP32. The ESP32 then looks at the steering angle, the G.
ESC controls.
Yeah, and then feeds either the left or the right, or a combination of both to give me an electronic diff in effect. That is, press the boost button, it gives you 3 seconds of extra power, then a 10-second cool down time. That's because I don't want to blow the fuse.
Did you bring anything to the tech table? Did you take anything interesting from?
I didn't bring anything to the tech table.
Did you find something that you liked?
I've already got 1 million 3D printers, well 2 anyway, so I don't need another 3D printer, but I did have a look at the rest, but I've got most of that stuff already, and the wife would kill me if I brought any more home.
There we go.
How's the FootFest for you this year?
Amazing.
Brilliant.
Brilliant. So what's your favourite part of FootFest this year?
Putting the Christmas trees on the bonfire.
And yours?
Also, the Christmas trees on the bonfire.
I feel like you have some affiliation with fire, setting things on
We
fire.
were just poking the remains of the bonfire, and underneath the ash it is still very much hot, and some of it's glowing still as well.
Nice.
So.
Did you visit? I know you did the signage for the tech table. Did you drop anything off, and did you pick up any fun stuff?
No. We just did the signs.
You just did the signage.
We just did the signs.
I didn't know I was going to be there until I got here. So.
Well, you didn't pick up anything? No, not even LED lights from Pimaroni? Oh, you've missed that one. Great. And I know that you brought something special this time. What was it?
I had, a few weeks ago I went up and visited the Pimaroni Pirates in their factory, and I was forced to take away some care packages.
Did they hold you, the gun to your head?
They got my arm right the way up to about there, and I gave up. So they had piles of delisted stock, and it was basically said that you can take what you want back for hack spaces and like-minded people, on the condition that it's used to make cool stuff and not sold.
So I don't need another project, but I'm super curious, and I'm just going to have a dig because we have capacitive sensitive buttons with LEDs, and we have other stuff that I don't even know what they do. And for the next 20 minutes I'll be box diving, thinking about all the things I shouldn't be taking with me, and I won't take with me because I have a backlog and I need to deal with it like an adult.
I brought as much as I could fit in the car of things that I've had for projects for years and not done anything with, in the hope that it's all going to be taken home and I'm not going to have to take any of it home. However, I can already see there's at least 2 things on there that haven't gone, so I'll be taking some of it back.
Yeah, I didn't bring anything, much to my regret. I should have probably bought 2 broken 3D printers, but there were plenty of those to go around. And I've got a breakout connector for a Raspberry Pi. I think that's all I got.
What was the favourite bit of the FootFest this year?
The night race was pretty cool, I have to say. Getting to drive the Crane-O-Volt, or whatever it is. Yeah, they were cool. Very good.
For me, the joint dinner last night with everybody getting together and having a good time, particularly the salad dressing, was amazing.
The sausage was pretty good as well.
Amazing. I didn't have any sausage, it went too quickly.
The sausage was excellent, even those that have got added carbon.
I know Tesla from the last time, but this is the first time I see this. Tell me more.
Yeah, so this is Volt Crane-O. I have a bit of a hoverboard motor addiction. So Cybertruck was based on hoverboard motors. Then I ended up getting 6 more tyres and built something stupid. Got a fully functional crane that will articulate, it'll lift up extending 3 sections. And it's got a winch that will do about 900 kilos, but the wood it's made from won't do that.
How much did you lift with it?
It's lifted about 50 kilos so far. The boom's strong enough for about 100 kilos, but the chassis it's attached to starts flexing at that much. Yeah,
Nice.
this has ended up with quite a nice ride, shockingly, which surprised me because I've put 4-wheel steering on it.
Yeah, I've seen the back wheels.
So yeah, if I move it out slightly, you'll be able to see that.
So, did you bring anything to the tech swap table, and did you take anything from the tech swap table?
Yeah, I bought some, so there's some cable chain in this for the telescopic sections, and I bought a few different sizes. Ah, so you've got the size that I used on this?
Yep.
Yeah, so I bought the leftovers from that for the tech swap. And then yeah, I've taken away some Raspberry Pi LED modules.
Oh, I've got them
things
as well,
like
they're
that.
awesome. Nice. What was your favourite part of FootFest so far? Well,
that's the most powerful salad dressing I've ever tasted in my life.
Yes, thank you very much.
Sort of standard DJI Mini 2 drone up and did a gridded flight. So basically it's a preset route where it flies out to a corner and just sort of zigzags across the site and takes photos at regular intervals. We can then use those photos to stitch an image together to get a orthographic image of the entire area. So it's a little bit like a Google Earth image. It uses the GPS in the actual drone itself to georeference the image. So basically it will overlay over Google Earth and you can see where it should be relative to everything else. But in addition to that, it's doing photogrammetry, and so it actually will stitch the images together and work out the sort of 3D points for every single pixel. So we end up with a point cloud, a 3D point cloud. So we end up with a 3D mesh of the entire surface with elevations and distances that we can use to measure off. It's not quite survey grade, but it is very, very useful to be able to replicate the site, see what you want to see. You can even see tents, you can see cars that are just in a 3D shape. It's all brilliant, yeah. I brought a load of stuff. I actually brought some Raspberry Pi Pico boards that I made myself that I've now sort of spares. The weather was a lot better this year, it wasn't quite so punishing, but I just love hacky races. I wanted to bring my own hacky racer, but unfortunately I hurt my back recently and this is a bumpy track and I didn't want to do any more damage.
But the benefit of the servos I'm using now, to start with I was using hobby grade servos, which are the standard for like remote control cars and things like that. Yeah, they're nice and cheap and you can hook them up to Arduinos, Raspberry Pis, whatever you want, but they don't have any kind of sensing or protection built in, so if they stall, they will just carry on doing what they're doing until they overheat and burn out. And I was sat there, I was doing nothing, and it just dropped. What's going on? I went to pick it up, and it was that hot, the servo, that it melted the hot glue.
Oh.
So it's kind of like a self-defense mechanism that it just fell apart. But yeah, that's what I was talking about it freaking out a little bit. But yeah,
That's how I wake up.
yeah, I can relate to that. So, quick rundown of the hardware. We've got the Raspberry Pi 5 in the back. We've got a amplifier hat on the back for the speakers. In the base, there's a Pimeroni Yukon. So it has 4 of the big motor modules on there, 1 for each of the motors. So we can actually get the encoder speed and see how far the robot's moving around. And also has a servo controller for the actuator, so we can actually stand up and lean down, and 1 more for the LEDs, because it was just an easy win, really.
Yeah.
It's also got an accelerometer hooked up to it, and the Yukon is actually running scripts that communicates with the robot operating system directly, so it's doing a lot in hardware so that the Raspberry Pi doesn't have to do it in real time.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was a big benefit there as well. In the head, we've actually got 3 cameras. So you've got one in each of the eyes you can see, and then a small one in the middle. The 2 in the side are wide-angle global shutter cameras, so when he's moving around, you don't have the issue of rolling shutter kind of making the world appear to the robot, at least, with these weird slants going through it. But the one in the center is actually a 4K autofocus camera, so when you're moving around, the wide-angle cameras can kind of get a good view of the world, create 3D point clouds to try and create maps of the environment. And if it kind of sees something of an object of interest, it can then turn its head and be able to kind of concentrate using the center camera, which is much narrower field as well. So yeah, that's kind of a quick overview of NE5. He's also got a screen in his chest, which is just showing the company logo, or at least should be. Oh, it's a bit too bright out here.
Yeah.
But I want to put kind of feedback on there as well to say, you know, battery levels low, which is actually what's on his lip lights at the minute. Yeah. That's the battery meter, and you should be able to see him blinking away if it's not too bright.
Yeah, it's blinking, I can see it.
So it's a group of people that I have mostly met online. The initial FootFest came from me putting out on Twitter, if we had a maker festival in our garden, would people be interested? And it just kind of grew from there. So it's a bunch of people from the Raspberry Pi community, from the Pi Wars robotics team, from the hacky racers who kind of form the core of the racing, and people that we've met through educational tech and 3D printing world, anyone really from that kind of sphere.